Hi. I want to talk about crypto AI and the mind. There is some sort of somehow way to see this three technologies, um, in a kind of aligning on top of each other, because I we could see like these three machines, um, mind as a machine, AI as a machine, and crypto as a machine. Um, and Bitcoin is just like one component of this big machine, indeed. And without this big machine, Bitcoin wouldn't go so far. Um, and one nice way to see this is from the book Things Fast and Slow, where it was mentioned System One and System Two. I I like this kind of subdivision, and I would add like other two systems, like System Zero and System Three, to make it complete. It feels like this way it's like more complete, and it provides a whole picture. So for instance, in crypto, we'd have like System One, for instance, Ethereum, and it's interesting how the crypto world somehow was, when it comes to the naming of protocols and projects, there's some form of aligned with with this view of it, sort of. So we have Ethereum, which is considered as layer one blockchain, and it's indeed, has these properties of it, of like it kind of has this process of where in the mind we kind of like the main processing, the main calculations of the data is happens there, and the main transactions happens in the Ethereum in a way. It can be seen this way. Then we have like System Two, which is I like to refer to it with this project, a community protocol called like Polygon. They have a great somehow vision on it. And System Three will be the memory instead. The memory and indexing, memory and indexing. This makes System Three, and I want to associate this with this project called Arweave, and this group. They have great vision on how this is supposed to be. And why is yeah why Bitcoin is in System Zero instead, together perhaps with Chaining. Chaining has this um, service of like taking the data from the real world and connecting to the blockchain. Similarly, in the human body and brain, we have the senses, the eyesight, the hearing, and the smell. These are senses and data, incoming data, and from the real world, and it goes on the cortex, which is like equivalent of the blockchain. Okay. So there is Chainlink is kind of like part of what I call System Zero, like kind of core function of this, and together with Bitcoin. Also, I see this other project called Polkadot, like being super secure, uh, and have these like characteristics and properties. Um, yeah, the main characters is true that can be System One and System Two, because they kind of like open up a whole uh, big number of applications and things. True. System Two, like in crypto, is like Polygon and Layer Two, and it kind of like allows to to perform much more operations on the blockchain. This is enables this indeed. and transactions. It can be much more, yeah, happen there. Um, and like the idea is like crypto, for instance, the previous bull market, I would say it was driven by Ethereum. If it wasn't for Ethereum, the previous bull market for Bitcoin, it wouldn't have happened. It was because of the progress of Ethereum that we had the previous bull market. The next bull market, it's happening um, because of the layer twos, and it's not happened yet. The layer twos are still like um, kind of under research, and there is some sort of things on production, but it's still like very early stage, and it's like we have something, but but we are hoping, and we know the next program it will be thanks to the layer twos, to like Polygon, for instance, will be driving the next program. And we could also say that without Polygon, there wouldn't be, like, Bitcoin wouldn't go that far, and Ethereum likewise. So it's like this coexistence of these protocols that makes crypto strong. Same way, Arweave, um, even though like much less popular, but soon enough we'll find out that it's a necessary component to have. Yeah. And yeah, this creative kind of a whole picture. In AI, most of the models we have nowadays, they fall under System 1. System 0, not existing. System 3, not existing. System 1, System 2, we kind of have a glimpse what it is. But I mean, when I say not existing, it's like there is no such integration compatible with the modern AI, and this integration usually they happen with models like convolutional neural networks based models for visual, for instance, or transformer based models too. ChatGPT has this like integration with PPU, like a transformer based model with PPU on top, and this gives a glimpse how System 2 would be, this last component, because like the transformer based models is practically System 1. Yeah, and like the possibility to have this sort of model, reward based model, it has some sort of the values of System 2, and yeah, exactly. But this is only a glimpse. I don't believe this component will be it's really scalable. It's not scalable indeed, because, for instance, recently it has been released this possibility to have a conversation with ChatGPT, like on the app, and it's really interesting. So it's like a monologue. Like I'll be talking and it's listening, and then it will answer. And when it's answering, even if I'm talking, it is not listening. So it's like a like a kind of a monologue happening, so forth, so forth. There is no such a thing as dialogue. The dialogue requires some sort of a different model that is able to perform different kind of operations, which a dialogue requires. In fact, the dialogue somehow, there is so many actions and decisions that can be taken during a dialogue, and it's like yeah, and the current PPO model isn't really scalable to that extent, to that number of possible actions and decisions can be taken at a certain moment. Yeah, and also like the learning new actions and decisions, possible actions and decisions. That's not really happening in real time. So that would be system two functionalities and properties. System three is missing as much. The idea of like indexing the data we have and storing it. This is missing. The integration, maybe the components are already existing, but the integration with the with natural language processing, for instance, is missing. Yeah. In the mind, we have like somehow the frontal lobe and the posterior lobe, and we have also the two hemispheres. And somehow the same, for instance, audio file will be, which has like voice and sounds, and will be processed like in the two hemispheres in two different modalities. In the first one, the modality of language. The other one, which is like more categorization, indeed. Like they are like basically words and more categorized. Why in the right hemisphere is more continuous? So we have like properties extracted from this like audio file, like the intonation, the rhythm, melodies, and so on. So from what you see in AI nowadays, we are more on the left hemisphere and posterior lobe. So like left posterior. So it's just like one region in a way that where we can put the AI models. The functionality is equivalent. They are existing in this region. And yeah. So which is like basically system one. Is like a part of system one, because system one is like is part of the posterior lobe cortex. Yeah. But I think that's all for now. I kind of wrote a blog post on Medium a couple of years ago talking about this uh, like intersection, these points, and yeah, happy to share more.